Move over Steam Deck, there's a powerful new challenger in town. Today I'm reviewing the Lenovo Legion Go S running SteamOS, the very first non-Valve handheld to ship with Steam's own operating system straight out of the box. Is this finally the big screen, high-performance, console-like handheld PC we've been waiting for? Let's find out. Let's kick things off with the unboxing. The Lenovo Legion Go S SteamOS edition arrives in a sleek, sturdy box with a minimalistic design. There's just one small sticker on the outer sleeve letting you know this is the SteamOS version, so keep an eye out if you're shopping in-store. Once you lift off the holographic sleeve and open the box, you're greeted by dense, high-quality protective foam that cradles the device. It feels secure, premium, and gives you that something special inside vibe immediately. Underneath the foam is the star of the show, the Lenovo Legion Go S in all its glory. The Legion Go S in that eye-catching Nebula Nocturne finish. First time in hand, it feels impressively solid, not too heavy, with those signature sculpted grips. Alongside the handheld itself, underneath you'll find a compact 65-watt USB-C power adapter and a USB-C charging cable. No frills, but the essentials you need to get started right away. Lenovo includes a quick start manual and basic safety info tucked under the flap. This tiny box also acts as a stand when folded for the device. Aside from that, no carrying case in the box, no microfiber towel, just what you see here. So if you plan to travel, definitely factor in a case purchase. The Legion Go SteamOS is Lenovo's answer to the PC gaming handheld, but this time it's all about simplicity and speed. Powered by AMD's Ryzen Z2 Go in the more affordable config, it boasts up to 16GB LPDDR5X RAM, a fast 512GB SSD, and an 8-inch IPS touchscreen that maxes out at 1920 by 1200 and 120 Hz. For the first time, SteamOS is running natively on a device not made by Valve. This means complete Steam integration, lightning-fast boots, and Steam Big Picture interface on some serious hardware. Let's talk comfort, and here Lenovo nailed it. The Legion Go S is perfectly balanced in the hands, with textured, sculpted grips that make this one of the most comfortable handhelds I've ever tried. Controls are laid out smartly. In front, we have offset Hall effect joysticks, which means no more stick drift, and responsive tactile buttons. The left side of the screen will have the dedicated SteamOS buttons. The right side is the settings buttons. These buttons allow access to the system's most important menus, regardless of activities on the screen. You also get two front-facing speakers for immersive sounds, which, by the way, can get quite loud. Last but not least, underneath the right analog stick is a small touchpad to help with those tiny navigation movements in games that still require some mouse usage. On the back, there are two back buttons for custom shortcuts, and two adjustment switches to change how the triggers will behave. They can either be set to behave like a normal clicky button, or with travel. On the top, there are those adjustable triggers, and the shoulder buttons. Two USB-C 4.0 with a small LED indicator, a 3.5mm headphone jack, volume control buttons, and the power button. I am a little sad to see that Lenovo decided to group both of the USB-C ports together on the top this time. I liked that they were divided in the Legion Go with one on top and one on the bottom so that we have more flexibility. The screen in front is an 8-inch, 1920 by 1200, 120 Hz variable refresh rate display. It's vibrant, crisp, and easily bright enough even at 50% brightness, covering over 80% DCI-P3 and 116% sRGB. Motion is ultra smooth, thanks to variable refresh rate. It's definitely not OLED level, but for an IPS panel, it's fantastic. Speakers do the job for casual play, but you'll want a headset for truly immersive sessions. Fan noise level is definitely tolerable. I measured it to be only 44.5 dB when it is under load on performance settings. This is probably the reason that you would buy this version. SteamOS on the Legion Go S is buttery smooth, responsive, and fast booting. Forget Windows updates or clunky desktop navigation. Everything is controller first, perfectly matched to the device. The Steam library is front and center, games install and launch with zero fuss, and sleep-wake functionality is rock solid. There are some caveats to SteamOS, of course, one of which I found out during my gaming performance testing. More on this later. With a long press of the power button, you drop into full KDE desktop for mods, plugins, emulators, or even web browsing. SteamOS even supports GeForce Now for cloud streaming if your connection holds up. Here are the numbers that matter. All tests were performed on performance mode at 800p. Remnant 2, 45 FPS average. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, 38 FPS average. Helldivers 2, 39 FPS average. Thrones of Liberty, 48 FPS average. Expedition 33, 41 FPS average. Sniper Elite Resistance, 72 FPS average. The Ascent, 49 FPS average. Wuthering Waves not playable. This is due to the anti-cheat not being able to launch on SteamOS. This should be fixed sometime in the future, but until then, if this is one of your favorite games like it is for me, then you will be extremely disappointed that you can't play it. Older games and indie titles often hit 60, 90, even 120 FPS, perfect to demo that high refresh VRR. Heavy AAA games will need settings dropped to medium or lower at 1200p, or run at 800p with FSR. The good news, SteamOS is so lean, it squeezes 10 to 30% more performance from the same chip versus Windows, and you'll notice it in every session. I also measured battery life to be only 1 hour and 38 minutes playing a game on performance mode. For power consumption, when the device is sleeping and charging, it pulls around 64 watts from the wall. Under load, it pulls about 53 watts and sips 13 watt when idling. For the pros, it has best-in-class ergonomics and grips for marathon gaming. Big, crisp, buttery smooth variable refresh rate display. Lightning-fast, console-like SteamOS UI. Seamless sleep resume and quick boots. Upgradable SSD and a microSD expansion slot. For the cons, it is pricier than Steam Deck, especially for the top configs. Trackpad is tiny and not as useful as Steam Deck's. Battery life is just average for handheld PC gaming. In short, Lenovo's Legion Go S running SteamOS is the best, most user-friendly gaming handheld outside of Valve's own hardware. If you want premium comfort, a big display, and seamless Steam gaming, this is the top-tier pick. It's not for everyone, but for Steam fans and handheld enthusiasts, it's a game changer. For me, I will have to hold my judgment until I can play my favorite game, Wuthering Waves, on it. If this review helped you out, please hit that like button, subscribe for more real-world gaming hardware deep dives, and let me know in the comments. Is the combination of SteamOS and Lenovo's hardware enough to pull you away from the Steam Deck? Or are you waiting for something even better? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.